Let's apply translate process skill on this 700 level number properties question from the official guide. Pause the video to solve the question. Click on the information icon on the top right hand corner to submit your response. Resume when you're done. Alright, so let's solve this difficult question. Okay. Club X has more than 10 but fewer than 40 members. So let's assume that Club X has n number of members and this n is less than 40 and is more than 10. Okay. Sometimes the members sit at tables with 3 members at one table and 4 members at each of the other tables. Now we don't know how many of the other tables are there. So let's now because all of these we say sometimes the members, right? So let's write down n, which means all the members actually are able to sit on 3 on one table. So we say 3 sit on one table into 1 plus 4 members sit on, let's say there are a such tables on which 4 members sit. So really n is equal to 3 plus 4a. So we'll just write n is equal to 3 plus 4a. Okay. All right. And sometimes, let's continue reading. Okay. I'm going to change the color here. And sometimes they sit at tables with 3 members at one table. So let's write down n is equal to 3 at one table plus 5 members at each of the other tables. Now let's say that each of these other tables are b. So plus 5b. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to pause the video here and review how we did this translation. Okay, because that's the most important step here, how we are reading English and we are translating this English into mathematical terms right away, and we are assuming those variables here. We are thinking about assuming the numbers for how many members, so how many tables with 4 members are there, how many tables with 5 members are there, right? So we are assuming these numbers as we are reading. So I want you to pause this. If you have any doubts, I want you to pause this and listen to it again. Okay. All right. So I'm going to now continue. Changing the color. If they sit with 6 members at each table except one. So here the test maker has actually tweaked how he's presenting the information. So over here what he's saying is n is equal to 6. Let's say there are c such tables. Okay. So what he's saying is 6c plus fewer than 6 members at one table. So this number, let's say, is x, and we know that x is less than 6. Okay. What we need to figure out is how many members will be at the table that has fewer than 6 members. So essentially we need to figure out the value of x. That's what we need to figure out. Okay. All right. So we've read the question statement as we were reading it, we were translating it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down these equations that we've come up with once again over here. N is equal to 4a plus 3, and you will notice that I'm changing so I'm restructuring these equations, and n is equal to 5b plus 3. Okay, so this is my result of the translation, okay, that I've done from the question statement. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, now I'm going to notice that there's n here, so both of these are n, 3 here, 3 here. Now let me write this down as, I'm restructuring this, n minus 3 is equal to 4a and n minus 3 is equal to 5b. Okay, so all I'm doing is just moving this 3 over here, moving this 3 over here. Now, what does this mean? What this means is, this means that n minus 3 is a multiple of 4. This means that n minus 3 is a multiple of 5. Okay, right? What am I doing? I am translating. I'm doing the translation again, but this time I'm translating from math to English so that I understand what am I dealing with over here. Okay, now if n minus 3 is a multiple of 4, n minus 3 is also a multiple of 5, then what does this mean? This means that n minus 3 is a multiple of 4 and 5. Okay, which means that n minus 3 is a multiple of LCM of 4 and 5. All right, so what am I doing here? I'm actually inferring this information over here. Okay, I'm applying my understanding of the LCM concept, and I'm inferring that if n minus 3 is a multiple of both 4 and 5, this means that n minus 3 is a multiple of the LCM of 4 and 5. What does that mean? That means that n minus 4 is a multiple of 20. Okay, n minus 3 is a multiple of 20, which means that I can write down n minus 3 as 20y. Okay, what does this mean? Now I'm going to restructure this. N is equal to 20y plus 3. Okay, so essentially what am I saying over here? That n, so I can actually come up with possible values of n now based on, so I'm going to write this over here. Okay, n is equal to 20y plus 3, which means if y is equal to 1, then n is equal to 23. If y is equal to 2, then n is equal to 43, and so on and so forth. But remember, I have my constraints on n. And what are my constraints? And this is me applying I'm now applying my constraints. What are my constraints? That n is less than 40, which means that this value of n is not possible. The only possible value of n is 23. So what do I get? I get n is equal to 23. Now, what did I need to find out? I needed to find out what is this value over here. What is the value of x, right? Now, how do I read this statement? Let me just write this down. Essentially, what do I have now? 23 is equal to 6c plus x. How do I do my translation again? So how do I translate this information? So x is the remainder when 23 is divided by 6. Okay, that's what I need to figure out, which means that x is equal to 5. So notice what I've done again. I have applied my translation process yet again over here. And in this case as well, I've translated from math to English so that I can understand what is the concept that I want to apply. Over here, it makes sense for me to apply the remainder concept, the remainder equation, and that's what I've done over here. Now, just think about it. If you didn't do this translation and you were in the test environment, you're not used to solving so many equations, what might have happened is that you would have looked at this thing and said, okay, there is c, there is x, there are two variables, there's no way I can solve this, right? And that is the beauty of applying these process skills. These process skills, as I've been saying time and again, help you get closer to the solution. They help you navigate through the various steps of the solution. Okay, so start focusing on these process skills if you haven't already. Okay, all right, so that's the solution. Pause the video, take another look at this screen and appreciate where all we have done the translation and how we have done the translation. We've done the translation from math to English as well as backwards, English to math. Okay, all right. Watch the next video to see the application of translate process skill on a geometry question.